In this video, we're snorkeling into the fish tank. Does it live up to the name? Spoiler alert, absolutely. It's one of those places that feels like an open water aquarium. But why are there so many fish? And why is it a must-do if you're spending the night in Malé? Come find out with us. We're close to Kurumba Resort and Sheraton Full Moon Resort and Spa, which we explored in our previous video. You'll find the link to that video on screen if you haven't seen it yet. The most common stingray here is the pink whipray. You'll often find them resting on sandy bottoms, blending right in. But when they take off, it's like watching a flying carpet glide across the reef. Smooth, silent, and kind of hypnotic to watch. The fish tank, also known as Stingray Viewpoint or even Stingray City, is home to a fish processing plant. Now here's the twist. For years, the leftover scraps from processing were thrown straight into the sea. And guess who took notice? The fish. Lots of them. So many that now they practically expect snacks anytime a human shows up. They've grown very friendly. Maybe even a bit too friendly. I was watching a stingray gliding along the seabed, totally mesmerized, when suddenly I felt a tap on my shoulder, turned around, expecting to see my husband, and nope, it was a stingray, testing if I was edible. Now, these rays aren't dangerous like in horror movies. It's not their teeth you should worry about, it's the tail. The pink whipray or Tahitian stingray has a venomous barb. It's not lethal, but trust me, you don't want to be on the receiving end. Think sharp stab, swelling, and a very bad time. I stayed calm, drifted away slowly, and they got the message. Those black and white striped fish with yellow tails, they're schooling bannerfish. Super easy to confuse them with the Moorish idol. They've got the same color pattern and that long dorsal filament. But here's the trick. Check out the snout. The Moorish idol has an elongated snout with a yellow stripe running down it. Plus, they usually swim solo or in pairs. Bannerfish, always in big, bustling schools. All this footage was shot on the south reef of the island. As you can see, the coral colors aren't as vivid as you might hope. This reef took a major hit during the 2016 coral bleaching event, and it's still struggling to recover. It's not a pristine postcard reef, but it's alive and full of surprises. Together with stingrays, we spotted 3 Titan triggerfish, 2 filefish, long-nosed butterflyfish, and the extremely common sergeant major. Reefs in Maldives are absolutely packed with Redtooth Triggerfish. And they're easy to spot, not just by their look, but by the way they move. It's not swimming, it's flying. They glide through the water using just their back fins, like they're riding invisible currents. And the tail? Lunate and super dramatic, shaped like a crescent moon, with those long, streamer-like tips on the top and bottom. When they school together in the blue, that silhouette is pure reef magic. After a while, you give them for granted because they are very common, they are a pleasure to observe. Another very interesting fish was this one. I have researched for hours to understand what it is. I have also tried many different AI tools to see if they can give me some hints, but it's still a mystery. This fish is completely black or very dark gray, unique exclusion inside its pectoral fins where you can spot the orange. In fact, it's like they shine when they swim. If you know what is it, please let us know in the comments. We are very curious. We think some kind of surgeon fish maybe. We saw loads of unicornfish swimming around. Some had that iconic horn-like bump on their forehead. Others didn't, but they're all part of the same quirky family. These guys are herbivores, grazing on algae and helping keep the reef in balance. And that's super important, because too much algae can smother coral. When herbivores like unicornfish keep algal growth in check, it gives corals the space and sunlight they need to grow and thrive. Oh, and despite the name, that horn isn't for fighting. It's more of a mystery. Maybe used for recognition, maybe for showing off during courtship. They're built for cruising, streamlined bodies, strong tails, and they're surprisingly chill around snorkelers. You'll often see them in small groups, just gliding effortlessly through the blue. And then bam, a massive white-tip reef shark. It was hanging out deeper along the drop-off, so we had to observe it from the surface. These sharks are totally harmless to humans and are actually one of the most common species in the Maldives. Sleek, graceful, and always a thrill to see. And just below it, something even more mysterious, a Moreen. It was deep, dark, and elusive. We couldn't get close, but even from the surface, its shape and movement were captivating. We spent a good half-hour swimming back and forth, hoping to spot a guitarfish, but no luck this time. They didn't show up. The real stars of the day were the stingrays. We got to observe them up close, every detail, from the way they moved to how they swam in formation, groups of 10 gliding together like a squadron. It was absolutely beautiful. We also had some other cool encounters, lunar fusiliers darting through the blue, and a few curious filefish hanging around the reef. I'd highly recommend visiting this site, especially if you're spending a couple of days in Malé. And yes, swimming with stingrays is officially ticked off our checklist. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, consider leaving a like or a comment, it really helps. And stay tuned, our next video features the house reef we think is the most beautiful of the 7 we visited.